The beginning, tennis is Osu, and tennis is always going to be Osu. Osu kids are still doing well in tennis, but what was happening in the past when I was playing tennis is still happening.
Tennis has taken me very far. It has opened a lot of doors to us, to me, to Bessie. We compete here, playing tournaments around here in Africa and that kind of stuff.
Tennis has been the bedrock, of my educational career through the support I've had from individuals, members, and sometimes the resource that I get or the funds I get from playing this tournament.
When we were growing up, marijuana was very common when we were growing up. It led a lot of us astray. Fortunately for some of us, playing sports at the stadium was an outreach that got us out of some of these challenges.
In the vibrant streets of Osu, a powerful transformation has taken place. This is a story of how tennis has rescued the youth from the clutches of drug addiction. In the not-so-distant past, Osu was grappling with a drug epidemic that threatened its future. We delve into the harrowing realities faced by its youth.
There's no job. If someone can wake up from 6 to 6 without doing anything, and someone wakes up from 6 and has a job he has to go to and close at 5, like the normal work time that people know, from 8 to 5. The person won't have time for substance.
You can be with your nigga, the following day you wake up to hear he has gone mad because he don't know what to do. No job, no food, no anybody to help him or somebody to hear him out. So they move to drugs sometimes. So the drugs lead them to madness.
But in the early 80s, hope arrived in the form of tennis. Discover how sports become a catalyst for change in Osu. Meet some champions of the game who found solace and support of the tennis court. Their stories are a testament to transformation that is possible.
My journey began with a school tennis program. I started at Richard School, which is a school right there by the conference center. And Richard had an after-school program. The after-school program had tennis as one of the components. They had taekwondo and swimming. So the tennis program would allow students to walk from Richard to the Accra Sports Stadium. And we get tennis instruction from two deceased coaches, Coach Odate Anan and Coach Bibi Nati. When we finish our tennis lessons by 5 o'clock, our parents pick us up from the stadium. So that is where my tennis career started from.
I started as a ball boy too. I have an older brother who was playing. Then, so I followed him, and then through that, we started as ball boys playing, like Isaac said, my colleague said. Through that, and then we became the star of tennis in Art Africa. Tennis has taken me very far. It has opened a lot of doors to us, to me, to Bessie. We compete here, playing tournaments around here in Africa and that kind of stuff. And then I had the opportunity to move to Europe, Italy to be precise. And then from there, I ended up at the States. Let me take you back. We did some coaching course back 94, right? 94. 94, we did a coaching course. So when we retired from playing the active tennis, then we got into coaching. And I taught a little bit here, and then went to Europe, playing, teaching. And then from there, I went to States. And that's where I have been teaching tennis since then. When I got to States, I'm already teaching. I'm not like playing active tennis, even though I do play just for for fun. But in States, let me say, because that's where I live now, you have to get certified, before you can teach, and I think that's pretty much it. Just get a certification. A lot of tennis job around. If you know the job, and the competition is there. I mean, but we went through a lot growing up here, so we have that kind of determination. We're not backing up. We're not backing off. We keep pushing, whatever there's, So it has been really good there. Unlike here, you get a lot of frustration. People getting in your way. Getting what you're entitled for and that kind of stuff. But over there, hey, if you know the job, they will tell you. They will let you know, like, hey, we appreciate what you're doing, and so forth.
Well, I started tennis in like 1979. I used to see a lot of kids wearing like this Milo shirt, or Milo shirt we call it, Milo t-shirt, and have a lot of like Milo products and milk and other stuff coming to town. My friends, my friend Atiso, he's like the head of tennis. And then I'm like, oh, I would really like to have, some of these things myself. So one day, a friend of mine invited me to this tennis club. Here, when you come, you become a ball boy. And that's how I started playing tennis. I became a ball boy, then I learned through, and then here and there, all the friends and stuff like that, all the brothers, they will help us with this little technique, that little technique, this and that, and then I started playing, and that's how everything started.
I traced my tennis journey from Pram, where I started as a young boy who was invited among colleagues, students, to participate in a tennis clinic, and then what then came to turn out to be a tennis academy in Pram Ceiling Hotel. From there, I have trained and then participated in various competitions. Later moved to Accra 37, where I became a ball boy and served the members of the Amtech tennis community. And from 37, I have had a very good tennis relationship with friends in Osu, frequenting the stadium most of the time to play with other colleagues. And at a point in time, even resided in the Osu community, stayed there for 3 years before I moved to Adaraka. It has been a very wonderful journey. From the first time I held a tennis racket till now, I have seen considerable improvement in my own life. Tennis has been that kind of a safe haven that has kept me focused. It is tennis that has actually, sparked my hope about great things to come and great things ahead of me, and the need to be able to work, for excellence. Through tennis, I have had scholarships, to go to Polytechnic. Through tennis, I've had someone finance my first degree, at GIMPA, and then also moving on to do my master's. Tennis has been the bedrock, of my educational career through the support I've had from individuals, members, and sometimes the resource that I get or the funds I get from playing this tournament.
Behind every successful tennis player is a dedicated mentor. Explore the role of mentors shaping the future of Osu's youth.
In sports allowed us to have mentors because we got to know people from the banking sector, but we were playing at tennis courts that belonged to Standard Chartered Bank, Barclays. Isaac Glinu that you just interviewed was a coach for Standard Chartered Bank, which is today their main headquarters at the exchange in Ridge, if you're driving up. So going to play tennis in these places allowed us to see how good it is to go to school. And it allowed us to come in direct phase to the diplomatic mission. Because most of the expatriates who are here working for the US government, working for the British government, actively played sports. And so going into Ridge to play tennis in some of these places allowed us to see a different world. And that was one of the core outreach that has changed some of us till today.
like I said from the beginning, tennis is Osu, and tennis is always going to be Osu. Osu kids are still doing well in tennis. I talk to a lot of them already when I'm abroad, and I'm gonna talk to them, gonna keep motivating them. I'm gonna keep advising them the right things to do and the right things to do, and to follow their mind, like I've said in the past. And if I have people who can help change the whole system, we will do something about it.
We need to look at tennis as a sport beyond competition. That should be the strategy. First of all, we need to look at tennis as a sport in a sense of the health benefit that it brings. You know, you being physically fit, you know, the ethics is promote, the values, you know, of hard work, fairness, equity, you know, team play, abilities, and all those values and skills that it brings. And to able to appreciate is that tennis presents high-level transferable skills that people can use, you know, in different sectors of their lives. Wherever they move to, regardless of the profession, people will be able to use the skills and the knowledge and expertise and the virtues they acquire in tennis, you know, to better their lives and most importantly, you know, to improve their own physical health.
Trying to help children who didn't make it to the United States but are in universities here, help them to do research. So one of the things I do is collect books from the colleges in the United States and ship them here and donate them. We're here to interact. Tomorrow we're going to be at a school at Bema Camp to interact with some of the children. You know, I came down with American educators also, who are also learning cultural foundations of education, looking at the Ghanaian child. So it's a two-way street, but I am actively seeking pathways to create a bridge between the United States and Ghana, whether it's at the academia level or whether it's at the individual level with children on the street or with children playing sports. I am actively educating and I would say recruiting anybody who is ready to go to school.
Tennis didn't just create tennis players, it forged a drug-free community where hope and opportunity flourished.
Back in the days, when young people from Osu are doing what to call kubolo. Kubolo means streetism, like, you know, like playing on the street, you know. They go to the stadium. They're either running, or they're playing hockey, or they are doing any sports, basketball, volleyball, or tennis, but mostly tennis. Today, that is not the case. Sadly, I was there a few days ago. The homo is coming to start, and you see young people into drugs, young people into all manner of bad things. They have actually shifted from the love and passion that the sports, you know, used to give them and their family to now a state of affair where young people no longer see hope and passion in the sports. It is sad, and it's not only about tennis. Look, I was there, one guy spoke to me and said, Cedric, back in the days, the stadium itself used to have tracks. And so when kids even go to the stadium, they used to go there and run. That is how come we saw the emerging of certain athletes, you know, 4x4 runners, 100 meters runners, and even long distance runners. But now, because of CAN 2008, the tracks were taken off for seats. Young people no longer even have a place, you know, to go. The stadium used to have, you know, 5 courts. Now the courts have reduced to 4. And there used to be a lot of programs back in the days, you know, they could go there, and facilities being given and rackets being given to these young people. However, these young people are no longer seeing that sort of, you know, flow of resources, of support to them as it was. And now, unfortunately, they're finding their way out in the wrong places, and it is so sad.
Children in Osu who got stuck on these drug-related, marijuana-related, because I remember cocaine came in when we were growing up. Marijuana was very common when we were growing up. It led a lot of us astray. Fortunately for some of us, playing sports at the stadium was an outreach that got us out of some of these challenges that we met.
While tennis made incredible strides, the journey wasn't without obstacles. We discussed the challenges faced and the road ahead.
The competition is there. I mean, but You know, we went through a lot growing up here, so we have that kind of determination. We're not backing up. We're not backing up. We keep pushing, you know, whatever there's, you know. So it has been really good there. You know, unlike here, you know, you get a lot of frustration, people getting in your way, you know, getting what you're entitled for and that kind of stuff. But over there, hey, if you know the job, they will tell you. They will let you know, like, hey, we appreciate what you're doing, you know, and so forth.
Did I have that teenage crisis? Did I get into challenges that could have derailed me from playing sports or even from going to school and getting where I am today? Yes, there were challenges like that. Because I grew up in Osu. I'm saying it's a hood. So anything came or anything can show up. So I have never ever thought about playing sports. I would rather say that sports always kept some of us in line. And most of the tennis courts some of us grew up playing on are no longer in reach. They have sold them, and that is what has changed the face from the ridge runabout all the way to the towards police headquarters area was all tennis courts. So that is gone. A lot has changed even in the stadium. Accra Sports Stadium does not have tracks for track and field anymore. So some of the sports in Greater Accra has gone downhill because of the lack of resources. And I've seen that when it comes to trying to even recruit girls into tennis has been a very big challenge today that needs to be something that we need to draw more attention on the girl child and how sports can be an enrichment and an escape for some of these children. So yeah, there need to be more stuff put into it. We need more resources. You go to the stadium, the children are there. You know, compared to the United States, where you have the resources, but the children are not there. Here, the children are there and ready to play. And we have the chance to see how tennis or sports can be an escape to change the lives of some of these children. We're talking about Africa having all these young kids, and very soon Africa has to create jobs for these next generation of children. Sports, if you look at Jamaican sports, you can see them everywhere. Sports is another avenue that can change lives, like some of us lives have been changed.
My major problem based on the tennis association is a lot of, I would say, corruption. There's so many things going on, and I would like to put that in right way. You know. Most of the time, we think only of the players, the playing body, but the association is a foundation of tennis. If they don't organize the kids well, you know, because my time, most of the time we used to travel with the wrong players. We leave the best players and take the wrong players with us. When we break down the financial burden, you know, of playing tennis, how to make racket, balls, tennis, you know, nets, shoes, clothing, and of course the membership, you know, of being on the tennis court. When we make these things accessible, when we make these things, you know, a little bit affordable to people through government funding, through societal support system, then yes, of course, we will be able to, you know, to own that ignition, to be able to make it accessible to all manner of people.
In Osu, tennis has done more than break the circle of addiction. It has rekindled dreams, rebuilt life, and sown the seeds of brighter future. As we look at Osu today, we see the community rejuvenated, one tennis match at a time. This is the story of Osu, a testament to the redemptive power of sport.